CrossFit prepares you to take on life outside the gym. Whether you're a parent or a grandparent, a firefighter, or a hunting enthusiast, the fitness gained through consistent CrossFit training is beneficial to many walks of life. For four-time CrossFit Games individual champion Rich Froning, his fitness allows him to embark on taxing, multi-day hunting trips well after retiring from CrossFit Games competition. This segment is brought to you by Wild Health. What does fitness look like for you now that you've retired from competition?
Oh man, I still really enjoy all types of fitness. Enjoy CrossFit. I guess my current passion is doing things outside. Did the Leadville 100 mountain bike race back in August. Looking at doing that again. Tough part is it's the same weekend as the game, so I'm gonna be flying in and out and back and forth and doing that type of thing. And then, man, I've really gotten into Western style hunting. Anybody who's paid attention to my Instagram or our podcast. It's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, but man, it's just hard to really put into words what it's like being out there and doing things like that. So being outside, using my fitness, like I said, I still do CrossFit, a CrossFit workout at least every day, at least 6 days a week probably, and then a lot of mountain biking, a lot of kind of hunt prep style stuff, which is just CrossFit drawn out and odd object stuff.
Yeah, you mentioned the hunting trips. What kind of fitness do those trips require, and how is your body adjusted to that demand?
Yeah, man, you're just on your feet grinding kind of all day. It's definitely a physical toll. It's, looking at a particular day, there might be like 3 or 4 20 or 30 minute kind of sustained effort metcons throughout the day. They're nothing super crazy. There are a couple times like if we're doing a stalk on something, then it does get pretty intense as far as like up, down, over, around. And then most of the day is just kind of grinding, walking around on your feet. It's hard to really, until you do it, it's hard to put it into words, and not just physically, but the emotional toll it takes on you, up, down, around, over. You're in close, you're out, there's just a mental battle that I like. It's like I said, until you've done it or until somebody has kind of been in that position, it's hard to put into words.
That actually leads me to my next question, which was unknown and unknowable is such a big part of CrossFit, but how does that apply to hunting?
Yeah, I think that's why I like it so much is you don't know what you're getting into when you get out there. You don't know what the weather's going to be. There's been times where it's 70, 80 degrees, and then the next day it dumped 6 inches of snow on us. That was one of the trips that happened. And, you think the terrain, and then once you get on you can look at a map and do all the e-scouting you want. And then when you get into the actual hillside or the topography, you don't really take into account the vegetation and overgrowth and the fight through that. It's man, it's hard. It's rough. At one point I looked back this year. So Scott, our camera guy, he'll go any and everywhere, not, movement was as hard as I do. And I look back and he's just punching the ground because he had fallen. We just keep falling up and down this hill, and you just can't prepare for that. It was a little bit of snow on the ground and slick and steep and nasty. And Scott, like I said, that summed up the kind of stalk we went on, and he's just punching the ground.
Yeah. Aside from it being a sport and an outlet for you, your hunting efforts help sustain your family. So how does the fitness that you've gained in the gym carry over to life skills that help benefit your loved ones?
Yeah, 100%. I get to see the kids, they're in there doing CrossFit Kids now. Lakeland's in the preteens class, and the coach came up to me and she goes, wow, you couldn't tell she grew up in a gym. The body control and just, the competitiveness. It was cool to watch her just kind of like, Laura that was coaching the class, and she, walked up to Lakeland and was like, hey, set your feet, blah, blah, blah. Well, Lakeland went to do it wrong, and you could see her stop, set her feet, set her back, and go again. And it was just cool. Laura said the intensity in her face, and it's cool to see them kind of, blossom into their own human beings and take some of that into the sports that they're starting to play too. All of them played some type of baseball or softball this spring, and that was fun to watch.
I bet. We saw you compete in a friendly manner at the Rogue Invitational back in October.
Yeah.
Any chance we see you on the competition floor in 2024?
I don't know right now. I've really enjoyed that different challenge, the different type of training for Leadville last year. We've got a crew. We're going to partner with one of the charities at Leadville and try to take some more spots to the actual race and have some people raise some money, and we'll do a kind of a team prep, get everybody ready for that, 10 or 15 people. So I'm really looking forward to that. I really enjoyed that. Not to say that I'll never compete again. You know, I did a couple local competitions last year, and that was a ton of fun. We did that one Fresh Coast Games in Michigan, and I'll probably do that again. So, you know, I'll be around, but it'll be more for fun. I just, you know, years and years of doing that, you get off the floor and you think, you know, you have to do that for the rest of your life, and then you don't do it one year, and you're kind of like, oh, there is life outside of this. So it's been a ton of fun, and I get to, you know, I get to be in there with athletes every day and see and help and mentor more than anything. And I love it and still love training, but, you know, as far as CrossFit competing goes, I'm good for at least a couple years.
Well, Rich, thanks so much for taking the time, and hope to see you in person soon.
Yeah, appreciate it.